transformed. I have endless potential. I am beauty. I am vibrant joy. Arrive and leave your stamp.
Smile and being happy.
I am your girl Nika. Welcome back to my channel. You have reached another day of Vlogmas. We're gonna jump right into it. So as you have seen the title, like inner child healing, and I just wanted to talk about like this book that I'm reading, or is it a woman's guide to inner child healing. And this one is by Gloria Zing. She also hosts the Inner Child podcast that I listen to. And I remember it's been some years that I actually first heard about inner child healing. And it's just that, like, we all have a inner child that needs some type of loving and catering and healing and tapping in with. It may sound a little bit like inner child healing. What is that? So it's about like tapping into that inner child, like getting to know your inner self, like figuring out what that inner child needs from you as an adult to help heal any wounds, any things that have been brought up as an adult. Like, we all maneuver and act a certain way based off of certain things. And it's not to say, by no means is it saying like had bad parents, that you weren't loved. That's not what it is. It's literally catering to that inner child in a way that you felt like you weren't given something. So for example, if your inner child felt like you were abandoned, let's just say, for example, you were abandoned, you have to tap into that and figure out a way to heal that abandonment wound within yourself. So this book, she literally has, like, I'm gonna go through like chapter 1. It was like explaining like what is your inner child. She tells you like how to tap into your inner child. And so like when it comes to like being on a healing journey, in order to heal you as an adult, you actually have to go back to that inner child to heal any of those inner child wounds or inner child areas that may need healing. So I ask you like different questions here. For example, what comes to mind when you think of the word inner child? Are you connected or disconnected to your inner child? She talks about, she literally has you like draw, and then you're supposed to put a picture of your inner child here. But this is chapter 2. She explains like how to connect to your inner child. And then she does like some journal prompts. So she like brings you back through her journey. What was the environment? What environment do you envision your inner child? One of the questions were connecting to the 5 senses, like your smell, hearing, taste, and your childhood snack. What did your find a smell that links to your childhood? All sorts of things. And so I am on, I'm in chapter 2, and then like tapping into your shows or movies. What was your favorite song back then? Your favorite movie? And it gets you. I like how she is going about it, especially this early into the book. It's like it brings you back to where you were as a child, because you don't think about it, but as we get older, everything that you've been through, any adult traumas or heartbreaks or pain, it covers and pushes back those good memories that you have as kids. So now it's like your brain is saying, or going back to just maybe even just the not so good parts of your childhood. That's where your brain is going back to, because you've had so many bad experiences as an adult or whatever. And by no means, let me just pause the brakes here, I am not no therapist, psychologist, none of that. This is just stuff that I've done as far as through therapy, as far as reading books. I'm really fascinated when it comes to how our brain works and just finding out why do we think the way that we think. So yeah, I like that. And this book, it's just like overcoming trauma, like recognizing your feelings, just letting go of the past so you could become the best version of yourself. And at one point, was it in this book or on her podcast? I think it was on one of her podcasts. She said you had to, like, in a sense, the idea basically when it comes to inner child healing is to parent your inner child. So I know for me, it's kind of hard to remember a lot of parts of my childhood, but each time I tap into it, I go back to the same vivid memory of this park, and that's what I drew. And just this one turning point in my life is what I go back to. So it's like when she has you think of that, it's like, in a sense, I'm like, oh, one of the questions I had to skip because I'm like, I don't know. But it's interesting, and it just allows you to, like you said, like parent that inner child so that when things arise in your adulthood, it's not triggering, it's not emotional, you're not spazzing out. Because a lot of times I feel we're walking around, we all have that inner child, right? But sometimes when you respond, it's not even that adult you, it's that child that is crying out for something inside of you. And you have to actually tap into it. You have to check in with him or her. You have to tell them that you love them, or tell them that you're here for them, or tell them that you'll never leave them. Like it may sound crazy, but it's something that will help you through your healing process. If you're on a healing journey, something that you can continue to do once you heal certain areas. It's quite interesting. You have to parent that inner child, feel that you needed or you weren't given enough of, or you have to parent that now, that inner child in you, so that you can flourish and all of that good stuff. And it's quite powerful and interesting. It's quite powerful and interesting, to say the least. So if any of you have ever done inner child healing or anything, I've actually attended an inner child healing shop before. It was actually, again, interesting, to say the least. But I encourage anyone who is on a healing journey to just tap in with you. It will do so much to yourself, your confidence, where you're going, your mindset, all of that in moving forward in life. And so yeah, that's what your girl is working on outside of me being an entrepreneur, outside of me working 2 jobs. I'm working on still like my healing journey. And a lot of it that I'm hearing and reading has a lot to do with how you maneuver through relationships. So it can literally be something that is holding you back. And I just think that everybody should tap into it, whether it's on your own, through a therapist, through group therapy, whatever it may be. Do yourself that favor and look into that. I'll also link her podcast down below. My friend actually is the one who shared that with me. And yeah, so happy healing to everybody that is on the journey, that is stepping into this journey. I like to share things that I've actually worked on, because the greatest lesson in life is experience. I feel some people say, for example, a single person shouldn't be given relationship advice. I don't believe that statement, because if you've gone through certain things, you definitely have experience in that area. And by all means, you share what you've gone through, and hopefully that you've come out of it, you've learned a lesson from it that you can share to the next person. So that's how I feel. So anybody that's on that journey, I would love to hear. You're on a healing journey. If you've ever done inner child healing, how did it help you? How did it not help you? Do you still do it? All that good stuff. I want to hear from y'all. Speak Volume by Nika. You know what I'm saying? Let's get our minds right. And yeah, you work on that inner beauty, that outer beauty is even more shit popping. But that's all I got, y'all. Don't know, or if you do know, you know what it is. Check up on a loved one. Tell somebody you love them. Pay it forward. Smile at somebody. You never know what people are dealing with. People deal with silent battles every day. So be a positive light in somebody's life. Spread positivity. And you know what it is. Live, love, laugh. Bye.